So we just got our first camper, and it is very exciting for me and my whole family. So here's our first spring break camping trip with our camper. But first, we have to go back to where it started, on March 4th.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to pick up a new camper. And we are nervously excited about that.
I'm nervous. He's excited. No, I'm excited too.
Should be good. Lots of adventure.
We picked the perfect day for it. I mean, it's beautiful rain.
Rain is good luck. So
We're gonna hope so.
here we go.
Here we go. Oh, there she is. Girl, set up for us. I wonder if that one's JK and Alicia's.
That's what I was wondering.
I bet it is. Aw. Many camping adventures soon together. There we go.
We're
All
picking it
hooked
up
up.
today. It's real.
Ooh. Okay, let's go. You said you're just gonna pull forward for a second?
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Now it is time we go on our camping trip. In our summer 2025 trip, we are going to be headed to Lawton, Oklahoma, specifically Medicine Park, Oklahoma. Look at little babe's face. So now we have made it to Lawton, Oklahoma, and this place was very beautiful and cool. We were at a campground in Medicine Park, Oklahoma, and I recommend going there if you have a camper and want to. It is very good, and I really enjoyed it. Now I'm going to show you some photos of day one of being in Lawton, Oklahoma whilst we were there. This is just mainly going to be like a photo compilation of just what we're doing and maybe a video here and there. We stay at the Lake Latonka East Campground. This is a city park and the camping spots are first come first serve. Our spot was at spot 15 right next to the water with a perfect view of Mount Scott. And that is me, MJ. I am very goofy and also the editor of this video.
Mike went beyond the premises.
That was an amazing day one. Now let's move on to day two. We start day two with a very beautiful, or some would say very bright view for my parents. First, we wake up our lazy dogs, and then we eat breakfast. Then we go on one of the most beautiful hikes I think I've been on. But first, we're going to start off our day with some fishing. And to me, it was not very interesting, but it did have some really cool views of Mount Scott. After our unsuccessful fishing attempt, now let's head on to the hike. For our hike, we drove into the Wichita National Wildlife Refuge. The refuge was about 15 minutes from our campsite. It was filled with so much wildlife, which you will see later on in the video. This is Bruno, our 8-year-old dog, who is sometimes a turd. This is actually not nice. Mom, what do you rate the bass on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm gonna give that one a solid 2.5.
Alright, well, I'll have fun, okay?
Yeah.
It's amazing!
Really? Right here? Hey babe, did you grab those bags?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need one. Someone decided to, Ty, will you take him?
This is so fun! We're not gonna get attacked by a bison, right?
Why are you video?
Because why not, man?
There's tons of little offshoot paths. Did you say you saw fish?
I don't know how this is.
Okay. I'll follow y'all. Ankle turner. At least you wore your tennis shoes, Ty. And not your Crocs or your slides. Bruno's coming, grab him. You guys are both pointing opposite directions.
If you would like to check out this hike, which I highly recommend, it is called the 40-foot hole hike. You can find it on the All Trails app.
That was like
Dude, you're so
Why do you like videoing so much now? No response. Rolling up.
No, it's fine.
You should roll it up. This stuff's about to start flying.
It's good. We're good. Okay. Then we drive up Mount Scott with probably one of the most beautiful sunsets I've seen. Then we sat down on the rocks and watched as the sunset set. Now, after the sunset, we're gonna go down the mountain before it gets dark. We made down the mountain successfully, but as we were headed back to our camper, something caught our eye.
Right there. Right here. Right there.
Yeah. You just go off the side.
Roll your window down,
That's a male.
There it is.
Let's get some.
There's one right there on your left.
Where? Oh,
Roll
there
your
it
window
is.
down, MJ.
There it is. Wow. Oh, we freaking drove off road all for an elk.
I'm good. I'm going away. See you later.
Wow. That is impressive.
Yeah. Amazing. I wish it was a little bit lighter so you could see him better, but he's big.
After we saw that elk,
Stop and turn
we headed back to the camper and played a little bit of Monopoly. Here's a bit of context. They were making a stupidly long trade
With double.
that took really long, and I just wanted it to be done, and I also wasn't playing, I was just kind of
And
watching
you're over here
and
wanting money from
doing
me
my
whenever
own
I'm
thing.
asking for the cheapest thing on the freaking.
But that's why I was very excited at the end of this.
I hate you guys.
Yeah, not.
Good. I can land on my houses.
Fine.
You gave in? Oh my god.
Finally!
$20. Don't you know the board?
I don't know how much every property is.
As we finished day 2, we went outside, and my dad took some very amazing photos of the night sky and the sunset. Now, let's go on to day 3. of this trip. I think it's windy! You know, I'm not 100% positive, but I think it's windy. On day 3, Dad stayed back at camp to work, and Ty, me, and Mom headed over to the Medicine Park Aquarium and Natural Science Centers. This aquarium was small, but definitely one not to miss. It was also very entertaining, as you'll see in the upcoming videos.
Oh, okay.
I can't see where that is.
His head is towards the corner.
Oh, okay, I see.
You can touch from the back to tail.
Jay, you want to touch it? Touch our lobster?
That's his head right there. I kind of feel. That's my finger, sir. That's my finger.
It looks like.
That one's weird.
Oh, they're adorable. They're like little round balls of cute. Oh, that guy's got.
He's one thing.
Yeah, he's got a foot that's not right.
It looks like AI generated because it's so cool.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
What do you think that is?
Did you just give birth?
No, that's his baby.
Oh my god.
Oh, he just slipped.
He's looking at you. Oh, there. I don't think there's fish in this one. He's not moving very fast.
Mariah was an orphaned coyote pup. She was raised by staff at Fort Sill. The Medicine Park Aquarium brought her home back in 2019. She's now 14 years old, and that's the same age as I am. The aquarium had mostly Oklahoma native species. This particular frog is not native, but it looks really cool. It's called a Pac-Man frog. This is the world's largest minnow. It is very tall and giant and very scary, as you can see by my face. We ended the day with a little fishing and the beautiful scenery of Lake Watonka and Mount Scott. Day 4 was super windy again, but we managed to hike at a really cool place called the Parallel Forest. Ty and my mom had to take a trip back home to drop Ty off, so you won't see them in these pictures or videos today.
So this is called the Parallel Forest.
Very fun!
Here's what it looks like. You're gonna have to come back here with MJ, but it's just straight tree lines.
The government planted this parallel forest as an experiment to try to protect against the effect of the Dust Bowl. Over 20,000 red cedars were planted in rows on this 16-acre plot of land located in the Wichita Mountains. It was pretty cool to walk through, but very easy to get turned around since everything looked the same wherever you looked. Since it was windy that day, the trees creaking and hitting each other was very cool, but also pretty scary.
The spacing here is really weird because all the trees are perfectly spaced. It's like a house of mirrors. It's completely disoriented.
Alright, let's not give her too many spoilers. Like, all around is just like trees perfectly together. We were just in parallel forest, and now we're on a water source basically. Yeah, it looks like a bison like tracks through here. We gotta do water parkour. Oh, parkour, but if you fall, you're going to a dirty river. Wanna do it?
Alright.
Guys, where are we? I don't know where I'm at, but this is fun. A lot of people say this place is haunted, but because I'm a Christian, I don't really believe that is true. Incredibly windy. It is so windy, but like we don't feel the wind because we're in the forest. Yeah. Hey, babe, you made it through. I know that was absolutely insane, but that was fun. Yep. Wow, that one goes down like infinitely. Look ahead of you. What's that? Is this trash? I found trash. Oh my gosh, that one's bending so much. Oh my gosh. That's not terrifying at all. After our hike, we went back to the camper and my dad and I watched some TV. But I'm not going to lie, it was a rough night. The wind was very strong and it kept us up most of the night. I didn't get to sleep until around 3:30 a.m. Whole flipping camper is rocking, oh my god. It's a good thing my mom wasn't here, because she would definitely make us go to a hotel. Yep, you guessed it, more wind. Today was really about recovering. We slept in late and mom was driving back to us, so we didn't film much. What? Well, we gotta find that. Oh, okay. How, why?
That's a problem.
Oh yeah, you're right. We found one of the pieces. So the next morning, we had to go find our case that covers our propane tanks. It flew off in the middle of the night because of the harsh wind. It's kind of windy. We found it's in the middle of the fence. He's going to get it. It's in the middle of the field. Oh my gosh. The wind was so strong it was white capping the lake. Now let's go on to day 6.
They're kind of
This is
adorable.
really fun.
They are.
For the start of the day,
goodness,
we're
they're
going
so
to head
tall.
to the Museum of the Great Plains
Like,
in
totally
Lawton,
touching the
Oklahoma.
ground everywhere. Look at him. I bet the second you walk up to him, he pops into his hole.
Let's see how close we can get.
Not very close. And I bet all those holes are connected.
Oh, one over there too.
There's two over there.
To society, apparently. Look, they're trying to get back in their hole. I gotta find our camper.
See if you can find our camping spot.
For context, this is an entire map of the Great Plains, and it is huge. It extends all the way up to like Canada and past that. And it's also like the map that you see in the video is the size of like a typical bedroom. I think I see it. No?
It's close. This may be an old map. When was this map made? Does it say? We figured it out.
This museum was one of the coolest I've ever visited. It was so interactive. Every exhibit was hands-on, which really helped me learn a lot about life on the Great Plains. You definitely don't want to miss this place if you are ever near Lawton.
About what?
I don't know. My most anticipated exhibit to see at the museum was the Terrible Tuesday exhibit. This immersive exhibit really made you feel like you were experiencing a tornado firsthand. I was pretty nervous to sit through this one because it was so loud and surrealistic. I'm glad I did though. Terrible Tuesday was named that because of the massive outbreak of tornadoes that happened on April 10th, 1979 across southern Oklahoma and Wichita Falls, Texas area. Sadly, 42 people would lose their lives and 1,700 injuries occurred. Winds would exceed 250 miles an hour, which makes it one of the strongest tornadoes to ever occur. Exhibits like these are important because they highlight our need for weather research so we can better prepare people in advance for events like these.
My nephew is coming at us saying, come on, get in the cellar. And as they were holding on to that cellar door, the wind just started pulling that door up. Bam, bam. And they were holding on as tight as they could. Opened the door, and my brother-in-law said, Elaine, your house is destroyed.
At that point, I realized that I was in the eye of the tornado, and I saw cars and rooftops and stuff circling.
It was the most eerie stillness and dark that you could ever feel. Get back in the cellar, hurry, hurry.
Part of the reason this exhibit felt so real was because the people who were telling their story while the simulation was running were actually there during the horrible outbreak. The cellar we sat in during the simulation was so well put together you really felt like you were there when it happened.
So
In this exhibit, we had to put together a whole
made
bison.
into rattles. Okay. What else?
Not my fault if you accidentally break an ankle later. Rib cage.
I don't know. Are we ready for the rib cage yet?
Thingy.
A liver. I bet they ate that too.
Why would they not eat that?
Sometimes eaten raw
Yeah, of
immediately
course.
after the kill. It's very nutritious, actually.
stomach.
An edible container stuffed with food and then cooked.
There. That doesn't look very right.
I think you have to put the tag part down. There we go. That's better. Okay.
If you have stomach issues later, I'm sorry. That's.
What do you think? What do you think's next?
Whatever
Lungs?
this is, lungs.
Dried and eaten like jerky.
Wait, it'd be like this. No.
No, it's gonna fit in there perfect once you get it. Turn it. There you go. Almost. Nope. Keep going. There you go. Did it squeak?
Yes.
Do you think the shoulder blade goes next, or do you think the rib cage goes next? I almost feel like the rib.
Bison were a vital part of the Great Plains and for the survival of the Indians nations that lived in the Great Plains. Bison helped to maintain the plains biome as well. Sadly, as we know, bison were killed off to extinction level as westward expansion occurred, and colonists took lands, foods, and resources away from the native nations who called the Great Plains their home. Every part of the bison had a purpose and was used in daily life by the native people who lived on the Great Plains. These amazing creatures were so important to life on the Great Plains.
Okay. There you go. This is something probably about. See that one? There you go.
If you have problems later, I'm sorry. Yes.
Nice.
There.
Okay. Good job.
Tornado. This exhibit was all about how to use a printing
Okay,
press.
so first thing
After
you have
it
to do
took
is
us
what?
several
You have to
minutes to
spell
print
backwards.
one word, which by the way has to be done letter by letter and backwards. It's safe to say I'm glad that we've come a long way when it comes to printing.
So you're going to start at the end of Lawton. Lawton. Nun, 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 nun.
So Latin.
Yep.
So
Oh yeah, I guess you could do that too.
L-A. We need T.
Well, don't forget the W.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Now we need a T.
Yes.
I want to go back to the future now. Laton.
Okay, and then you have to lock it in with this bar. So squish it down on top. And then you can use one of those small bars too to put on this side.
Did that stop fleeting?
I think you can use one of those blank ones over here to help lock it in.
Okay. Paper. Nope, wait, that's a tornado second. Someone put their name.
Pick up the earpiece and turn the crank to call the general store. Or
What is this?
if the telephone is ringing, answer to find out who's calling you.
Hello? Hello? Please, hello?
Then you put your paper on top. And then flip that over. And then once you've spelled out your whole paper, see those papers up there? They had to do all that backwards. That's how they would do newspapers. Then you're gonna take it over to the printing press.
No wonder people had stress issues back then.
Everything took a lot longer. Okay. You're gonna push it into the press.
I understand. I know my ways.
You know.
And then-
Maybe do it a couple more times. It'll probably be darker. So this is a pretty automated process, I see. Can you imagine if you made a mistake? You're like, dang it, I forgot the W in Lawton. I bet there were a lot of typos back then. Let's see if it worked.
Yay!
Nice job. Now you only have
That was horrible.
5,000 more words to go.
Another one of my favorite exhibits was the area that we got to make a beadwork pattern. Of course, we chose the most challenging pattern to make. This definitely gave me a good respect of this Native American art. After checking out all the amazing exhibits inside the museum, we drove into Lawton to grab some lunch. I highly recommend Bricktown's chicken tenders if you're in the area. My mom wanted me to give a shout out to Viridian Coffee as well. Of course she did. My parents really loved this coffee shop, I guess, since they went there every single day of our trip. After lunch, we drove back to the museum to check out the rest of the outdoor exhibit. The outdoor area of the museum had an actual one-room schoolhouse, a steam engine, and the neatest part of the whole outside area was the new exhibit they are currently building. As you'll hear, I have really bad hiccups. These lasted for so long and made for some really funny moments. Oh yeah, they're also teaching ask me a question.
What is 6 times 7? Don't get it wrong. Put you on the spot.
Oh no.
Yes, you do.
42.
Good job. Game that they were playing. It was a sod.
This looks very similar.
They made this out of mud.
Dang.
I guess sod is not exactly mud, but it's got a lot of mud in it. Oh look, former Blue Beaver students that went here. Wow.
They have the names too.
Yep.
Wait, why are they old people? Wait.
Well, because they're former. They went here. These types of schools don't really exist anymore. The one-room schoolhouses. That was like a long time ago. Here it is. Here's a Blue Beaver school group. Okay, look. We can find the people in here and match them up with these people. Because this is them when they were little.
Just need help. There's a short story. I can't like control the like.
So these are all like historic train stations. Nope. Nope. I think that one's locked. You just get into the waiting room.
Yeah.
You don't get past the waiting room.
I mean.
Oh, this is the engine that's out there. This is the locomotive that's out there right now.
You're right. There is a locomotive out there.
1526.
For sure.
Oh, it looks like they have a proposal for this, to build this train station to be more realistic. This was a rendering that was made. And this is the interior of the Lawton, Oklahoma Frisco Depot in 1908. Those guys look.
They look really bored. What are you doing? The last thing we looked at while we were at the Museum of the Great Plains is the Coming Soon Trading Post replica. The person we are speaking with in this video is a living museum actor. His job is to ensure the trading post is realistic and an accurate portrayal of a turn-of-the-century trading post. He was really excited about his job and was so nice to give us a behind-the-scenes tour before this exhibit opens to the public.
The U.S. government sets up the factory system. This isn't affiliated with the U.S. government, but it's set up the same way. And just as the name implies, a lot of what's going on those trade posts is things are being manufactured on site.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah. Most of it's being shipped in, but not all of it. And so the idea is just basically the cheapest way to get the largest volumes of goods to the Indians that want to buy them.
Okay.
Fire steels are not worth a lot to the people who make them. It's just a tiny lump of iron that's been shaped. But the Comanches don't have forges, and so it's worth a lot more to them.
Okay.
And so the idea is that's a great way to make money. Something like that, just to make nails and fire steels and little knickknacks and doodads, anything that can be made with metal that retains its value can be made on site. That's what that is. That's a forge. On this side of the trade house, there will be an outdoor cook site.
Okay.
These 4 block houses and the palisade wall, that is all for protection. Remember, we're talking about Comanche country, the very heart of the Comanche country. The Spanish have had a devil of a time with the Comanche for as long as they've been out here.
This guy is bringing us to do this.
The building needs shingles, but it's all. And so our optimistic estimate is May. It's going to be June, but
Yeah.
soon enough. So if you're a local or whatnot,
Well, we're only 3 hours away.
yeah.
This is the first time we've been to the museum. It's been really, really cool.
Yeah, well, here's the good news. We'll make sure.
After we left the Museum of the Great Plains, we headed back to the camp to have some dinner and go on a hike with Dad. We headed back into the Wichita National Wildlife Refuge to check out a hike called the Post Oak Falls. It was getting kind of late in the day, so we had to hurry before it got dark. Watch out, oh wow, that is like insane. That is incredible. Very move around. Is that poop right there? I don't know.
No, it's not. It's a plant.
Just sit down. You might fall that way.
It's not that bad, actually. It's like... We found this cool bone, and we don't really know what it is. If you know, then you can put it in the comment section below. Now we're going on to day 7, and this day is going to be the last full day of our trip. For the start of the day, we explored Medicine Park, and Medicine Park was really cool. It had this river down below and like this canyon looking thing. There was bridges you can go across. It was really cool. And this is one of those bridges in quotations that I mentioned. You can like go across this, and it's kind of scary, but it's also kind of fun.
Man, you got this. empty. Why are you? Just outside of Lawton in the beautiful Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge sits the holy city of the Wichitas. This is a 66-acre replica of ancient Jerusalem and North America's longest continuously running Easter pageant.
The view from the crest of the Wichita statue is one of the best in all of the Wichita National Refuge. We had such a great trip for our first time out in our camper. Even with the crazy wind, we made some great memories, explored a unique landscape in Oklahoma, and learned a ton about life on the Great Plains. We are looking forward to our next trip where we take you along to explore Natural Falls State Park and the surrounding areas. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our Okescapeartists channel. Hit the bell so you make sure you get notifications every time we post a video. Thank you for watching, and we will post again in about a week. Now enjoy some of our blooper moments. Thank you for watching, and we will post... No!